Afternoon, folks. I know I try to avoid touching on politics, but I got to go with this one because it affects all of us. It affects this industry, affects this job. That's oil and fuel prices. Past couple times we've been through this in this country in the last 20 years, I've done quite a bit of research to figure out how this all works and why it is, prices are high, or what'll make them come down. But let's just go on back in time here a little bit. We'll go all the way back to George Bush, the son. He was in office. He had a Democratic Congress. Couldn't get nothing done. Gas prices were through the roof. Just absolutely through the roof. You remember we had drill here, drill now, drill baby drill. But those Democrats that were in charge in Congress, they kept telling us, well, we could start drilling today, but it'd be 5-6 years before, we got any relief from it. That was their number one excuse back then. Well, he got some more Republicans in Congress. He got drilling. And brought prices back down. And then during most of the Obama years, gas prices Obama didn't, he messed with the gas industry a little bit, but he didn't. I don't know that the environment was much his thing. Obama was more interested in like race issues and things like that. But towards the end of his presidency, gas prices started to go back up again. And they got big, got high, and we got Trump. And Trump just went whole hog. He let people drill, he let people explore. And in 4 years, by the end of his presidency, the United States was a net oil exporter. It means we were actually selling oil. End of his presidency, we were processing about 13.5 million barrels a day of oil. Keep that number on your noggin. Then we get Biden. The day he's inaugurated, cancels the Keystone Pipeline. Then he cancels leases in Hanwha in Alaska. Then he cancels offshore leases. Amongst other things. He did all this thinking he kind of flowed through on our production because we're kind of entering a recession, so the economy's going to slow down anyway. And hoping that he cut all this back in the time we scooted through that recession. well, miraculously somebody will have invented the miracle battery that let us have all electric flying cars that never go dead. Well, then Putin invaded Ukraine, and that just threw a wrench in his whole plans. And gas skyrocketed up another step. Now we're hearing the same tired excuses. We could open up the Keystone Pipeline, but it'd be 4 or 5 years for anybody to notice any difference from it. But the oil companies have 9,000 something leases they're not using. There's plenty of land to drill on. Let me give you a little example on how the oil industry works. Now, this is being real general. This is not technical expertise. It's just generalities. Oil companies go get these leases in batches. You know, the government says, we're going to open up this land to drill it. Oil companies bid on the leases, and they get a batch of leases. Let's say they get 50 leases. Okay, that got them the lease. Now to do exploration on it, they got to go get a permit. Actually, many permits. They're going to get permits from the Department of Energy, permits from the EPA, Department of the Interior, just all kinds of different permits from the state that it's in. It's okay. So what it is, they've got the leases. What this administration's doing is they're not giving them the permits to do anything with those leases. That's one thing. Well, then a lot of these permits are in way far off places. You know, they don't usually drill oil right next to the refinery. It's usually way out in the middle of nowhere. Why are you going to go out there and invest millions of dollars to develop these oil fields, to drill oil, when they tell you you're not going to be allowed to build a pipeline to transport it? Starting to get an idea how this is working? This is why they can stand there with a straight face and say, there's nothing we're doing that's slowing this down, slowing down oil production. That may be partially true, but there's a lot more they could do to help it. Remember earlier I said that under Trump presidency we were producing 13.5 million barrels a day of oil. Right now we're producing about 11.5 million barrels, and we're importing oil from some of the most ungodly places on earth. The funny thing is, oil tends to be produced in a lot of places where they hate us. Places like Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Russia, and now we got Jimmy Carter's dumb cousin running around the world, hat in hand, begging every one of these dictatorships to drill oil for us. Drill some more oil, drill some more oil. I'm looking bad. Hell, you've got Canada, of all people. I'm all happy with the Canadian government right now, but they're They're standing up there waving their hands saying, wait a minute, we'll make more oil. We'll produce more oil. Yeah. We don't want the Canadians to produce more oil because that Keystone pipeline he canceled. Trace where it goes, where it starts and where it stops. Because I can guarantee you the Canadians are going to say, yeah, we'll pump more oil, but you got to let us finish that pipeline. What you got to understand is these Democrats, environmentalism now, it's not a belief to them. It's not a ideal. It's a religion. It's a cult. They want us all sleeping in the woods underneath pine trees on the pine needles. And go back to nature. They want to destroy the oil and gas industry. And they don't care if it destroys us along with it. Like I said, it's a cult. They're all going and worshiping a big green altar. And if we let them do it, they're going to destroy us. Right now, they're going around talking to Venezuela, Iran. They're willing to give Iran another nuclear weapon just so they'll start pumping oil again. I know that's not what they're saying, but they're going to give them a new nuclear deal. And this is after Trump put a stop to that mess. No, we had to get rid of Trump. Orange man bad. He say mean things. I tell you, this whole mess in the Ukraine wouldn't even be happening if Trump was president. We're in a sad place, folks. We're sitting on the largest energy deposits on Earth and refuse to use them. But we're more than happy to pump oil someplace like Venezuela, where they're more than happy to destroy the environment to get it. You know, the oil we're bringing out of the ground, we're bringing it out of the ground cleaner and less destructive than anywhere else in the world. Because we follow regulations here. The way this economy's going, and then you throw this whole oil thing on top of it, not going to be good, folks. Because there is going to come a time that gas price or that diesel price gets so high, they won't be able to push these trucks up and down the road. They won't be able to afford it. That's going to be a bad day. I'm already seeing these roads empty out. That's near the traffic on these roads. Read an article the other day where people were borrowing money at record rates. Got a lot of people out here right now living on their credit cards, and that's going to come to a stop. Better hold on to your britches, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. If y'all want to dispute anything I said, there is a comment section down there. I'll do my best to debate you the best way I can. Got any questions about any of this? There's a comment section down there. If you would, like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. again, like I said, I don't like venturing off into politics because politics are very rarely you're going to change somebody's mind. They think what they think about politics, and that's pretty well it, you know. You get the real hardcore ones and you can put the truth right in front of their face, and it just doesn't change a thing about the way they think. So you got a group of people out there convinced that these oil companies are getting stupid rich. Charging us crazy prices for oil. But if they do just a little bit of research, they realize that the oil companies don't even set the price on oil. It's all the market that does that. It's and they'll scream about when, you know, oil's $100 a barrel, how much money the oil companies are making. But when oil's $20 a barrel and the oil companies are losing their ass, you don't hear a thing out of them. I don't know, folks. Y'all have you a fine day, and I'll catch you on the flip side.